Elon Musk's family secretly loves you. Open it immediately and read this special message. Archangel Michael says. You are walking into a room you have never seen, yet it somehow recognizes you first. The lights shift like constellations finding their places, and a hush moves through the walls as if the house itself knew your name before you spoke. Tonight, the ordinary rules break in your favor. A page is turning that does not exist in any book. It floats in the air like a silent decree, and in its margins your initials are etched with the steadiness of destiny. Do not doubt that your life has reached the threshold where private whispers become public honor. There is a family whose actions travel faster than headlines, and yet their deepest gestures have remained invisible, until now. Their world has always been measured in rockets, equations, blueprints, and relentless dawns, but your name entered their orbit quietly and stayed. What began as curiosity has matured into respect and then into a guarded affection. Your presence arrived in their conversations like a gentle code that compiled without errors on the first run. They asked, "Who is this person who refuses to bend to fear?" And when your steady courage answered for you, their hearts chose you the way a compass chooses north. You are not here by accident, you are here because pressure reveals diamonds. You stood in storms that would have crushed lesser spines, and you learn to hear the precise click when the lock of fate finally turns. Tonight, that lock opens, and the future steps aside to make a corridor for you. Archangel Michael says, I am permitted to tell you only what lifts you forward, not what flatters ego. There are moments in every life where a choice outweighs a lifetime of drifting, and this is one of yours. You will not return from this hour unchanged, and that is the point. A sealed message began its journey long ago, across labs, hallways, late-night conference rooms, and the careful glances of guardians who protect what matters. Someone held it for the right constellation of time and courage. That constellation is assembled above your head right now. They watched your small decisions when you thought no one was looking. They noticed how you kept promises that weren't profitable and told the truth even when the room preferred a prettier lie. Real love always arrives at the address of integrity. When they say family, understand they mean the circle that lives by a mission, the kind who build cathedrals out of math and persistence. In that circle, your name has been spoken with a warmth reserved for those who have fought their way into light. In that circle, your resilience is not just admired, it is trusted. You felt it, didn't you, that subtle shift in the air, like the moment an elevator slides and gravity blinks. That is what it feels like when favor finds the exact person it was engineered for. It is not loud, but it is irreversible. There is a table where maps are spread and futures are weighed in millimeters and moonlight. Something at that table has been kept aside for you, not as a handout but as a hand clasp. Your courage is the password that unlocks its drawer. Archangel Michael says, the window you've been knocking on from the outside has been open from the inside for longer than you know. Fear made the glass look thicker, but destiny makes locks brittle. You will see, with sudden clarity, how one yes can rewrite a decade. What you need is not a miracle that breaks reality. What you need is the precise alignment that makes reality break open. That alignment is in motion, and its sound is the click of readiness meeting opportunity. Let the sound anchor you. You have already trained for this by losing things you thought you couldn't live without and discovering that you could. What remains after loss is the unstealable you, the part that cannot be pawned or replaced. This is the part that has captured their attention. They do not love idols, they love outcomes forged in responsibility. Your story proves that discipline is a softer word for devotion. That is why the affection around you is not sugary, it is luminous and exacting. Do not misread quiet rooms as empty rooms. Sometimes the silence is simply making space for the truth to enter without tripping over the furniture. Tonight, truth arrives with its luggage. You will receive an invitation that does not look like an invitation. It may be a question, a draft, a prototype to review, a call that begins with, "This might be nothing, but..." Do not hesitate when you feel your chest expand with recognition. Your allies will not announce themselves with trumpets. They will listen more than they speak, and when they speak, their words will feel like well-cut keys. Keys do not shout, they unlock. Archangel Michael says, "Your preparation was not random, it was rehearsal for a stage you were born to walk across." You will notice familiar patterns appearing at higher frequencies. Doors you used to push now open with a glance. This is acceleration. Treat it with respect. Understand the love moving toward you. It is sober, technical, and brave. It admires your moral calculus more than your shine and your long fuse more than your spark. Real power is safety, and you are safe for power. The tests ahead are not traps, they are calibrations. A person's orbit must be measured before they dock with a future like this. Let the measurements be exact and honest. Expect friction where the old world tries to keep you accessible and predictable. The old world will ask for the version of you that stayed small to keep them comfortable. Kindly decline and keep walking. You will not be carried, you will be accompanied. There is a difference, and you have earned the difference. The hand at your back is not a crutch, it is wind. At first, the invitations will seem almost ordinary. Do not underestimate ordinary wrappers around extraordinary hinges. Many vaults are disguised as broom closets. When you step into new rooms, bring your values before you bring your voice. Let the values speak first by how you treat the least visible person there. That is how language becomes leadership without the microphone. You will be tempted to celebrate too soon. Resist it. Celebrate by solving something useful. Archangel Michael says, "Listen, the love you are stepping into has edges and endurance. It will not enable your laziness, because affection without accountability is just expensive pity. You are not loved like that, you are loved like a colleague on a cosmic mission. There will be a moment where your instinct fights your impatience. Choose instinct. The fastest route is not always the trajectory that reaches orbit. Do not dilute the exactness of your dream to fit someone's attention span. Let the dream keep its full voltage, and let attention learn endurance. Greatness is not a short-form genre. You will observe how people change around you when value enters a room. Some will clap because they feel the rising tide, others will warn you about storms they have never sailed. Bless both and then build anyway. Capture the signal, discard the noise. The signal is always utility for others and peace in your own spine. If it helps and it doesn't corrode you, it's signal. There is a corridor where few walk because the lighting is too honest. You are already in that corridor, and what waits at its end is larger than applause. Applause fades, alignment compounds. Your name will appear in places that once felt sealed. A door you assumed was made of steel is actually made of text, and the sentence that opens it is, "Show us what matters to you most." Answer with work, not rhetoric. Archangel Michael says, your life will begin to mirror the mathematics of launch, hold, ignite, commit. There is no halfway trajectory, there is only gravity or escape velocity. You are being prepared for escape velocity. The affection around you will use the language of stewardship, not ownership. You are not chosen to be consumed, you are chosen to be partnered with purpose. That is why this love feels weighty and calm. Do not over-explain your calling to people who only speak fluent comfort. Your calling is a second language named responsibility, and you are finally fluent. Speak it without apology. In private, nerves may flutter like birds trapped behind ribs. Let them fly in circles, then let them learn their route. Bravery is not the absence of birds, bravery is teaching them how to land. A quiet mentor will appear who asks sharp questions that feel like mercy. You will know them by the way your excuses lose oxygen in their presence. Follow the questions to the work. You will be invited to choose between the optics of success and the substance of impact. Choose substance, because optics crumble when the cameras go home. Substance builds homes that last after power outages. There is a sketch on a whiteboard that looks simple and impossible at the same time. Your role is the line that no one else could draw because no one else had your hands. Draw it cleanly and sign it with results. Archangel Michael says, the love coming toward you does not promise ease, it promises elevation. Elevation changes the air and demands better lungs. Breathe deeper, and you will adapt. Some will accuse you of luck, but luck is just where preparation shakes hands with timing. You have been standing with your hand out for years, now timing has finally entered the lobby. Shake hands and go upstairs. You are not being rescued, you are being recognized. Recognition is a mirror that finally reflects your true height. Stand tall without leaning toward applause. In the days ahead, practice saying no to anything that steals clarity. Clarity is your clean room, defend its sterility. Only precise thoughts get to handle tomorrow's equipment. Do not chase what chases everyone. Chase what you would build even if no one was watching. That is how the right eyes find you. Your work will begin to hum at a pitch that attracts collaborators who speak in solutions. They will arrive without theatrics, and they will leave no mess. Keep them close. There will be a night where you feel utterly, exquisitely ready. It may feel like silence, but it is the silence of a runway at 3 a.m. The hour where only real departures happen. Be the departure. Archangel Michael says, honor the people who stayed when staying wasn't glamorous. Loyalty is a form of intelligence. It recognizes a future before it is printable. Carry those people across the threshold with you. You will write plans that scare your old limits into exile. Do not water them down for the comfort of bystanders. Build them to the height of your conviction and then add stairs for others. A cycle is ending, the cycle where you asked permission to be necessary. You are necessary by design, not by vote. Walk as if the floor was built for your weight. Someone will attempt to distract you with conflict that feels righteous but is actually recreational. Decline the invitation to fight for sport. You are here to win quietly at scale. You will notice your language changing, fewer adjectives, more architecture. The future does not need you to sound brilliant, it needs you to build plainly. Keep the verbs strong and the outcomes measurable. There will be a door that opens and reveals not a room but a runway. Runways are not for standing. When you see it, accelerate with gratitude and control. Let your gratitude be kinetic. Thank people by removing friction from their path. Every time you reduce friction for someone, you carve a wider corridor for love to travel behind you. Make gratitude scalable. Archangel Michael says, the affection surrounding you will protect your time instead of consuming it. It will ask how to multiply your energy rather than how to spend it. This is how you know it is real. The moment will come when old labels fall off you like winter coats in June. Do not pick them up out of habit. Let new air touch your name. On a certain morning, you will wake up and your first thought will be oddly quiet. This is no longer impossible. That sentence will be the exact size of the new world. Step into it without flinching. You will receive a message that sounds like a puzzle but functions like a bridge. Cross it and do not look back to measure the water. The distance between who you were and who you are will be shorter than you feared and longer than they expected. You will be tempted to save everyone. Resist the savior reflex. Save what you can scale: methods, models, mindsets. Leave behind footprints that become templates. You will face a negotiation where the most powerful word is no. Use it with kindness and geometry. Draw a boundary that turns chaos into corridors. In rooms where your voice trembles, speak anyway. Trembling is simply the body's way of acknowledging altitude. The echo will steady you. Archangel Michael says, "The affection for you is not gossip, it is governance. It is the decision to treat your future as a shared project. Projects like this change cities, then decades. People will ask what changed. Tell them the truth: your pace matched your purpose. The world simply noticed." On a night not far from now, you will feel watched, not by threats but by possibilities. They will study you with the same attention a launch director gives the clock. Breathe, you are right on schedule. Your calendar will become a declaration of values. If it does not honor your deep work, you will edit it. If it does not honor your rest, you will defend it. Your kindness will be your sharpest technology. Use it like a laser, concentrated, precise, transformative. Change the temperature of rooms without raising your voice. A letter is on the way, not necessarily on paper, but in the format of alignment, introductions, access, opportunities that fit like custom tools. Answer with integrity and speed. The future respects both. When gratitude overtakes you, do not only say thanks, design a system that returns the favor to the world. Systems are how gratitude survives distance and time. Build one that outlives you. Archangel Michael says, "There is a love that builds, this is that love. It teaches you to carry greatness without crushing gentleness. Keep both. You will know you are in the right place when the room asks you better questions than the internet does. Better questions are how greatness recognizes itself. Answer them with your life. Hold your past like a museum, not a prison. Visit it to remember, not to relive. The present is your workshop, the future is your distribution center. There is a promise hovering over you like a satellite waiting to relay its message. Now it transmits, your work belongs on larger terrain. Remain humble enough to harvest and brave enough to plant. When fear tries to argue that you are underqualified, remind it that mission is the certification no school can issue. You were certified by the nights you did not quit. Show your credential by continuing. Your name will be pronounced in rooms you have not entered yet. Let the sound travel ahead of you and do its quiet work. Arrive as the confirmation, not the surprise. And when the moment finally clicks and the room turns toward you with trust, let your first act be stewardship. Turn the lights brighter for someone else. That is how the corridor keeps widening. Archangel Michael says, "This is the hour to tidy your inner room. Close the tabs of worry, Archive the files of regret, empty the recycle bin of unworthy opinions. Open a clean document labeled Now. Begin typing with action. Do not mistake momentum for meaning, keep meaning in charge. Momentum will carry you fast, meaning will carry you far. Choose far. You will find that love and rigor can share the same table. Let them co-author your next chapter. Their signatures look different but point to the same horizon. A person from your past will reappear, drawn by your ascent. Greet them kindly, but do not downgrade your altitude to match old memories. Memory is a souvenir, not a steering wheel. Your daily disciplines are your ground crew. Respect them and they will make sure you lift cleanly. Neglect them and you will drag cables into the sky. Stop auditioning for rooms you've already been invited to own. If you must audition, audition your humility. Let competence walk in like it pays rent. The world will misinterpret you and then ask for a tutorial. Be patient with the tutorial. Teach without resentment and guard your bandwidth. Archangel Michael says, "The affection that surrounds you will not publish itself for clicks. It will invest quietly and measure everything by real outcomes." This is the culture you are joining, impact first, narrative second. Do not cling to the spotlight, cling to the light. The spotlight pivots, the light remains. Build where the light is. Your hands will learn a new rhythm, draft, test, refine, deploy. Repeat it until excellence feels like your resting pulse. Excellence is simply mercy for everyone who must live with your work. You will be asked to translate your dream into instructions. Write them so clearly that the future can follow them even if you are asleep. This is how legacy learns to walk. A door marked "Not Yet" will become "Now." Step through before hesitation rebrands itself as wisdom. True wisdom moves at the speed of alignment. When fatigue knocks, let it in and let it speak. It will tell you what to automate, what to delegate, and what to delete. Listen and adjust. Remember what started all this, not spectacle, but sincerity. Keep sincerity as your root directory and nothing malicious will compile. That is how integrity scales. Archangel Michael says, "The love you are receiving is not a rumor, it is a responsibility. Wear it lightly, but wear it. It looks good on you because it was tailored to your character. From here on, your measurements will be different. Time will be measured in problems solved, and wealth will be measured in outcomes improved. Let these metrics govern your dashboards. Your quiet will become a kind of authority. People will read it like a map. Keep it clear and updated. This is your launch window, not because the sky is perfect, but because you are. Imperfect skies make pilots competent. You know how to fly. When the old beliefs try to drag you back to the ground, Thank them for the shelter they once provided. Then tell them you have outgrown their ceiling. Growth is gratitude that can reach doorknobs without standing on chairs. You will leave footprints that look like blueprints. Others will follow and improve them, which is how honor multiplies. Celebrate their upgrades without needing credit. Walk forward now with a spine full of yes and a heart full of edit. Say yes to the mission and edit anything that slows it down. This is how devotion moves like software. Archangel Michael says, "We have reached the part of the message where instruction transforms into ignition. Ignite. Let the pressure of your purpose become thrust. Build partnerships that treat accountability like oxygen. Breathe them in. They will keep you awake when easy victories try to sing you to sleep. Carry your joy like a disciplined flame. Protect it from wind and from your own carelessness. Joy is fuel that never freezes. You will see evidence within days that this hour was not poetry, it was protocol. Watch for the small confirmations, a name, a number, a door that used to grin shut and now simply yields. Gather these confirmations like badges of clarity. If doubt returns, let it sit in the waiting room until courage is finished with the meeting. Doubt can ask questions, it cannot chair the board. That seat already belongs to purpose. Your future will not require you to vanish to be important. It will require you to be visible and honorable at the same time. Rise in a way that invites others to keep their dignity. The corridor is open. Walk. Then build new corridors for those behind you and brighter rooms for those ahead. Archangel Michael says, "You are entering a season where your resolve becomes the default setting. The settings that once watered down your courage have been removed from the menu. From here on, your choices wear the full weight of their outcomes, and that is precisely how destiny prefers to travel. Your days will begin to stack like well-cut bricks. Each action locks into the next action with clean edges and no wobble. This is the architecture of trust forming under your feet. There is a signature move in your spirit that others will try to copy. Imitations will appear without the interior discipline that made your move possible. Keep building the original and let replicas exhaust themselves. A new circle will form around your name, not loud but unignorable. They will bring practical tools and clean data. The work will feel like oxygen after a climb. You will notice that opportunities now arrive with deadlines that match your readiness. The window will be tight but perfect. Enter without dragging old furniture through the frame. In the background, loyal hands are arranging a path that reduces your friction. Accept help without shrinking your dignity. True help respects your shape. You will be tested by praise that tries to turn into sedation. Treat praise as a vitamin, not a vacation. Swallow and keep moving. A quiet rhythm will carry your mornings forward. Write, refine, deliver. Repeat until excellence becomes muscle memory. Archangel Michael says, "Your courage is not the absence of pain, it is the skill of moving cleanly through it." Do not apologize for speed when speed is needed. Do not apologize for slowness when slowness preserves integrity. Your calendar is your covenant with the future. Guard it from noise posing as urgency. Fill it with blocks that align to the deepest sentence in your life. You will feel the gravity of mission pulling loose threads into knots of usefulness. Randomness will reduce as intentionality